Hello everyone, this is Yumiko's channel. Today I'll tell you about the game 17th Wonder. This is a mathematical puzzle known as the 17th Wonder. Let me explain its rules. First, create a table with 70 rows like this. First, choose and write down any single-digit number for the first row. Second, write number 5 for the second row. Third, add the previous two numbers and write last digit of it. Continue until the 17th row. Fourth, end at the 17th row and write down the 17th number. Let's try repeating this process a few times to find some of those numbers. This calculation reads the following. At exactly the 17th column, the number all become 5. How strange! Why do you think it always comes to 5? Actually, 5 is the second row's number. The 17th Wonder is a puzzle where you start with any number for the first row and the number 5 for the second row. Then generate subsequent rows by adding the two preceding numbers, but we write only their last digits. It is a game where the number 5, the second row number, invariably appears in the 17th row, regardless of the first row number. However, the number in the second row does not necessarily have to be 5. If the second row number is 1, the result is 7. Similarly, if 2, it is 4. If 3, it is 1. If 4, it is 8. And if 5, it is 5. In other words, the result is the last digit of the product obtained by multiplying the number in the second row by 7. Regarding the 17th item in the table mentioned earlier, if we let x be the number in the first row and y be the number in the second row, the value is expressed as 610x plus 987y, like this table. Since the last digit of 610 is 0 and the last digit of 987 is 7, the last digit of the entire expression is simply the last digit of 7y. Therefore, the 17th number is determined by the number y in the second row regardless of x. In other words, x is the number in the first row, so 0x is 0. And y is number in the second row, so 7y is 7 times y. The result is the last digit of the product obtained by multiplying the number in the second row by 7. Behind the game of 17th Wonder, the Fibonacci sequence is hidden. Let me explain the Fibonacci sequence. The Fibonacci sequence, named after the Italian mathematician Fibonacci, is a series of numbers 1, 1, 2, 3, 5, 8, 13, 21, 34, 55, 89, 144, 233, etc., where each number is the sum of the two preceding ones. The sequence is found throughout the natural world. The number of spiral in sunflower seeds, the number of scales of a pine one, and the number of flower petals often correspond to Fibonacci numbers. It's very interesting that the Fibonacci sequence is hidden behind the game 17th Wonder. I won't go into detail about it here. Perhaps I'll cover it in a video sometime. Next time, I'll talk about a recent reunion for my former student, which I was invited to. Stay tuned. Bye.